ARC Audio's DSP quick tips. Today's conversation is going to be about input-output mixer, which is the most important thing in a DSP, because this is what tells the sound where it's coming in and where it's going out. For example, this is the input mixer. This is what confuses the crap out of a lot of people. Everyone has a hard time doing this and making it make sense, and some do it better than others. This is a very common looking thing. However, it can be very challenging as far as trying to figure out what's going on. So over here on the left side, you have your input channels. Across the top, you have your mixer channels. You're hooked up to something that just has a front output, a single set of wires. Then it's very easy. You input one coming in, going to mixer channel 1. You have input 2 coming into mixer channel 2 and going out. Let's say you have set for a tweeter and a mid-range and a set for a mid-bass. Well, then I may need to do something like this, where I add in those two channels into mixer channel 1. If I'm integrating into something that I need to add together to sum those two channels, it's going to be done in this. This is also where you're going to do your level controls, so you can turn things up and down here if you want things to be louder or quieter to match levels. One of the many cool things about ARC Audio is they actually have a much easier way to do this. How you do that is you go up here to Tools, click on it, and you say Mixer Assist. Mixer Assist launches this page here. One of the cool things is if you look over here on the input mixer side, you have a couple of things to choose from. So for example, you have 2 in and 8 out. You have 6 in and 8 out, or you have 8 in and 8 out.
You selecting those things and they do the inputs?
They automatically populate the inputs.
Okay.
8 wires coming in, regardless of what they are, you can direct them here into this input mixer. If you're gonna do 2-channel summing, and if you're gonna do 3-way summed, there again, you can have it do this. It'll automatically do 3-way summed. So this will bring in that information. And then on the output side, you have the same thing. We'll go to something simple. We'll say 2 in, 8 out. Now we want to use those 2 in and we want to do 12 out. So you can grab on that. And what that's doing is that is taking all of the channels and setting them up for that. So if you have 4 in and 12 out, it's going to take care of these things. What you want to think of is, let's follow the path here. So let's say input 1 is front left. Follow the line up, and whatever you need to power front left on your output channel. If you're doing a 3-way set, front left is going to be tweeter, mid-range, and mid-bass. That's telling me that channels 1, channels 3, and channels 5 need to be hooked up to channel 1 input mixer. Let's turn all off. Follow this line down to pink. Output 1 is the first one, so I can come up here and I will click this. So that is channel 1, skip 1, which is 2, 3, skip 1 again, and that is 5, because that is the left side. Left sides are odds, passenger side is even. So then I can come in here and I can do the same. And now what this is doing is if I follow the pink lines down, output 1 is driver, output 2 is passenger, and so on and so forth. I've directed those things in. The other thing that we were talking about earlier is upmixing. If I enable upmixer, now my upmix channels are over here. So if I want to do center, I'm going to follow the line and I will add in my upmix, and then I can decide what channel is my center. So if I have channel 8, so I can come over here, I can follow the line up. You just do this, you follow it, and now that channel is an upmix center. This makes it a little bit easier for you to figure out where channels have to go, as opposed to just like hanging out in this page. Looking at this becomes very confusing, because you're over here going, this box goes, to this corner, this box goes to that corner, and then I'm going to sum these things in, and it's like, as you hit tools, and now you have Mixer Assistant, and you can take a look at this at a glance. So I can now say input 1 and 2 are going to go off to input 1 and 2. Input 1 and 2 are going to go off to outputs 3 and 4. Inputs 1 and 2 are going to go off to outputs 5 and 6. Now I have all these set up and ready to go. And then if I need to, I can add in others to it. Just at a quick glance, this makes it neat. Everyone does their input output mixing a little different. ARC Audio is one of the few companies that gives you 2 ways to get to the same road and make life easier.